Excuse me, young man. In this house, everyone carries his own weight.
Too easy. Oxy, what you been doing for the last 4 years?
I've been bettering myself.
Baby, I think you done.
You remember my little sister? Her younger, prettier sister.
Oh, Daphne. Girl, look at you. You just shut right up. Milk does a body good, huh?
Imagine this. Don Cheadle, one of Hollywood's most celebrated actors, could have headlined his own sitcom in the early 90s. But here's the kicker. It was supposed to be a spin-off of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's right. Ice Tray, the smooth-talking friend of Will Smith, was set to star in his own show called In the House. So, what happened? Why didn't it get picked up, and could it have worked? Let's dive into the forgotten history of this potential spin-off and reimagine how it could have been a hit. First, let's rewind to 1991. In Season 1 of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, we were introduced to Ice Tray in the episode Homeboy, Sweet Homeboy. Played by a young Don Cheadle, Ice Tray was Will's childhood best friend from Philly, a smooth operator who brought his street smarts to Bel-Air. His character was the perfect counterbalance to the more structured and refined Banks family. Ice Tray's presence immediately shook things up, from his playful banter with Will to his surprising chemistry with Hillary Banks, a subplot that added humor and depth to his guest appearance. But Ice Tray wasn't just another guest star. He was NBC's attempt to test the waters for a potential spin-off. The network saw something in Don Cheadle's performance and the character's comedic potential. This was the era of spin-offs, with shows like A Different World successfully branching out from The Cosby Show. NBC wanted to replicate that magic with Fresh Prince. So, what exactly happened? NBC greenlit a pilot episode for the spin-off titled In the House. It would have followed Ice Tray's journey as he moved to a new environment.
Hi, I'm Shep Greeno. You must be Derek Bradshaw.
Very pleased to meet you, sir.
Let's get this started.
Great.
What do you consider your strengths?
Well, I'm very good with numbers. I have sort of a flair for marketing. And, oh, of course, there's my x-ray vision.
He was on the dean's list. He had a 4.0 grade average. Oh, I get it.
You do?
Yeah, what a shrewd way to package yourself.
Potentially continuing themes of adapting to a world outside his comfort zone. Sounds familiar, right? That's because it echoed Will's storyline on Fresh Prince. Unfortunately, the pilot didn't impress NBC executives. They shelved the project, and In the House became just another Hollywood what-if story. There were several reasons for this. First, while Ice Tray was entertaining, some felt he lacked the depth to carry an entire series. His charm and humor worked perfectly in guest appearances, but might not have been enough to sustain multiple seasons. Second, the premise was too similar to Fresh Prince, and networks didn't want to risk diluting its success. And third, Don Cheadle wasn't the household name he is today. In 1991, he was a talented but relatively unknown actor, and networks were hesitant to take a gamble on a new leading man. Despite this, the idea of an Ice Tray spin-off had potential. Let's reimagine how it could have worked. Instead of a rehash of Fresh Prince, the show could have focused on Ice Tray moving to Los Angeles to start a small business, like a record shop or nightclub. This premise would have allowed the character to interact with a wider range of people, from eccentric regulars to local rivals, creating endless comedic possibilities. Themes of community building, entrepreneurship, and identity could have grounded the show, giving it a unique voice in the sitcom landscape. To make the series even stronger, Ice Tray's world would need a vibrant supporting cast. Imagine a no-nonsense landlord who constantly clashes with Tray, a rival business owner who keeps him on his toes, and a younger mentee Tray reluctantly takes under his wing. These characters could have added depth and variety to the show, making it feel fresh and dynamic. Cameos from Fresh Prince characters like Jazz or Jeffrey could have kept the connection to the original series alive, satisfying fans of the original while giving In the House its own identity. In terms of tone, the show could have been a blend of Fresh Prince humor with more grounded, relatable storytelling. Think Living Single meets Martin. This approach would have given Ice Tray room to grow as a character while still delivering the laughs fans expect.
Hey. I'm really glad I'm back here.
Yeah, me too. Good night.
Good night. Ooh, look out.
a toaster, damn it!
But why isn't this project talked about today? Despite the potential, the In the House spinoff has largely been forgotten. Why? Because it never made it past the pilot stage. And Cheadle's later success overshadowed this early chapter of his career. Over the years, Don Cheadle transitioned into dramatic roles, earning critical acclaim for performances in films like Hotel Rwanda, the Ocean's 11 series, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe as War Machine. His work in comedy, especially in sitcoms, became a lesser-known part of his journey. Plus, The Fresh Prince itself became such a cultural juggernaut that any failed project connected to it simply faded into obscurity. So could In the House have worked? Absolutely, if it had been given a stronger premise and a chance to grow. Don Cheadle's charisma as Ice Tray was undeniable, and a spin-off with the right direction could have added to the legacy of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Unfortunately, Hollywood is full of these untold stories. But what do you think? Would In the House have been a hit, or was NBC right to move on? Let me know in the comments below.